Hello, what's up, man? Hello? Marvin here, what's up, man? I'm calling about your listing. Did I reach the right person? Listing, hold on 1 second, hold on 1 second. I want you to stop spending money on these 5 things until you get your first deal. What's going on? It's your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor, Marvin, coming back to you with another video. I'm going to tell you something that many people are not going to share with you, especially as a new real estate agent, and that is to stop spending money on these 5 things till you get your first few deals under your belt. Number 1, first thing I don't want you spending money on until you get your first deal under your belt is a cell phone line for business. Probably have heard a lot of people talk about how you got to get write-offs, you got to get a cell phone, you got to get this because you need the write-offs, More than likely because they don't know a thing about taxes. You have to make money to have something to write off in the first place. Till you get your first few deals under your belt, don't worry for right now about getting a separate cell phone line for real estate. Now, I definitely want you to get a cell phone number specific to your real estate business, and there are options that I love, such as Google Voice, and here's why. Imagine you're out with friends and it's kind of going a little something like this. And a lead calls you out of nowhere. All right, I saw this guy's listing. I want to call him about it. Hey, hello, what's up, man? Hello? Marvin here, what's up, man? I'm calling about your listing. Did I reach the right person? Listing. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. This is Mark. Yeah, I got my listing. What's going on? Seems like you're having the time of your life. I'll give you a call back. Now, because you did not have a dedicated line for real estate, that phone rung and you had no idea that that was a potential lead on the other end of that line. That lead is pretty much gone because you did not have a designated telephone number specific to real estate. But when that call came in, using a service like Google Voice, which is absolutely free, you'll know whenever someone calls that number, it'll pop up on your phone. You'll know that's real estate business, and you will move yourself to a place to where you can take that call and be professional at the same time. Next thing I want you to stop paying for until you get your first deal under your belt is leads. Now, there are plenty of people, especially when you get your real estate license, that will promise you the world and they'll tell you how they have this lead generating strategy, and if you only pay them several $100s a month, you are guaranteed to get your first closing within 60 to 90 days. You're gonna hear a lot of people probably tell you,
oh, they got Marvin on YouTube. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You gotta spend money to make money.
As a person who has dealt in the personal finance space for well over a decade, I tell individuals all day, every day that you have to be strategic with every dollar that goes out. Before I would tell an agent that I'm partnered with to go spend money on running ads on Facebook or Zillow, first question to them is going to be very simple. How many videos have you posted on YouTube related to real estate in your market? Usually they'll tell me none or 1 to 2. For me, for example, I have $0 ad spend and my lead flow are very consistent because I have doubled down on the only platform that will pay you to advertise your business, and that's YouTube. My YouTube home tour channel consistently generates multiple buyer and seller leads, and I don't have to spend $1 on ad spend because I'm super consistent in creating content that serves my future audience. I would tell you first and foremost, before you spend any money on ads, create your YouTube channel. Get comfortable on camera. You don't even have to be in front of the camera if you're not super comfortable. You can absolutely create a home tour channel where you're touring several different types of homes all over your city in various price points. And when I tell you, the leads will start calling you. My number 1 lead source comes from a video that I shot in a part of Atlanta that I don't even live in, but because YouTube continues to serve that video to my audience, people call me all the time and they say,
hey, I saw your property on 123 Banana Street. Is it still for sale?
No, but I always tell them, hey, here's an amazing property that I can get to your inbox today. It's very similar to this property that you saw on YouTube. I would tell any individual before you go spending several $100s, and I've heard all sorts of horror stories, especially from individuals that have leveraged places like Zillow and other places about the hundreds and hundreds of dollars that they spend every month that has not correlated to an actual sale. Again, those things have its place, and I'm not saying that those are not effective lead generating sources, but if you have yet to close your first deal or even get your first contract, start with the free first. maximize and crush the free, and before you know it, you may not even need to leverage paid ads. The next thing I want you to stop spending money on, paid coaching. All right, before all my paid coaches come for me in the comments, hear me out. If you're a brand new agent, you might feel the need to do one of two things. Either A, you'll join a team, or B, you'll get a coach. Both of them give you a very similar benefit because you'll be under the tutelage of someone who should be crushing it in real estate. The problem with paid coaches is that those individuals typically are not producing agents. And in my experience, a lot of the advice some of these paid coaches give are not only generic, but they are very outdated in nature. They may tell you got to do a bunch of door knocks. Depending on where you live, door knocking may be a safety hazard. So paying some coach before you have your first deal might not be the most advantageous use of your resources. The other option, of course, would be to join a team. But the problem with joining teams, unfortunately, they take a very significant chunk of your commission to the tune, in some cases, of 50% or more. That could be very discouraging as a brand new agent because once you get your first check and you see every fee that's come out from that deal, it might cause you to say, you know what? I make more money working a 9-to-5. Let me pack it up and go home. The third option, which is very new to this industry and something that I directly offer, is sponsorship. If you're a real estate agent and you're considering what brokerage you need to align with for your business, whether you're new or a veteran, I would strongly suggest a model that gives you a sponsorship option. Here at Real Brokerage, where I am, if you're interested in learning more, click the link pinned in the first comment below. We have what's called a sponsorship model, which I personally feel like is the greatest model between paying a coach and a team. So what you get under a sponsorship model is that you have someone who will be more or less your go-to with any questions that you have related to real estate. And that person is incentivized to help you in your business. And the cool thing is that you don't pay that person any money out of pocket. Here with Real Brokerage, if I were your sponsor, for example, my compensation for offering help to agents I sponsor comes from the broker directly. So they get the ability to be in a team-like structure without paying team-like fees. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. If you're looking at all three of those options, either paying a coach, joining a team, or a sponsor, I would say go with the sponsor model, either with Real Brokerage or another broker that offers a sponsorship model. Whatever option you go with, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you interview. If you're going to go with a paid coach, you definitely want to know what that paid coach's track record is. Do your Googles on that individual to see what people have to say about him or her. If you want to go with the team option, I would definitely say do your due diligence to see if whatever they're selling you on the benefits of joining their team, they will actually fulfill once you're in that team. And you also want to know what obligations you have to that team as far as if things don't work out for whatever reason, are you stuck under that team or will your license be held up in any way if for whatever reason you decide you need to pivot? The great thing about the sponsorship model is that it gives you all of the perks of a team, especially if your sponsor is local, without having to pay a huge chunk of your commission or pay some guru or coach without the assurance that that advice that they're giving is really going to yield you any results. So the next thing I don't want you to pay for as a brand new agent is a business checking account. As a real estate professional, personally speaking, I like to be paid under my LLC for a myriad of reasons. And you have to have some type of formal business structure in order to open a business checking account. But many of them come with crazy monthly fees or ridiculous minimum balances that you have to put in there. And if you're a brand new real estate agent, you may not be able to afford doing that. The one option that I really like and I personally use is American Express Business Checking. They are an absolutely free business checking account with no account minimum. So it is a great option for individuals that have their LLC or their DBA to be able to open an account that pay their real estate commissions. If you decide you eventually want to go with one of their credit cards, you've already established a relationship with this company, so that'll open the door for business credit at a later date. There's a whole bunch of places you can get a business checking account, but very few offer absolutely free with no account minimum. So I'll put the link to the American Express account that I personally use in the description of this video. Personally speaking, until you get your first deal, I would go to your courthouse and just create a DBA. That way you have some business entity in existence that you can use to open a business checking account. And then once you start really making good money from real estate, you can eventually create an LLC or an S Corp or whatever. I always will say baby steps are better than no steps. You definitely don't want to start getting paid in your personal name if you can help it. I'll let you do your Googles or talk with a business attorney in regards to that. And the last thing I would say to not pay for until you get your first deal under your belt is office space. I'm here with Real Brokers because they are a cloud-based model, so I can do my business from the beaches in the Caribbean all the way to Georgia where I am. But I wouldn't suggest going and plopping money down for an office space. One lesser known benefit of being a real estate professional is that you have access to free office space at many closing attorneys and title companies. One reason being is that these companies depend on us as real estate professionals to generate business that ultimately gets you to their closing table. In most cases, if you call them and give them a heads up, they will absolutely let you use their space for free to host networking events, meetings, buyer and seller education seminars. But don't go spending money on office space. Get you a cheap PO box. That way you have a place to have business mail sent to. Because at the end of the day, 99% of my clients meet me at their property or the property they're interested in looking at, and they have never done a deal with Marvin based on whether or not I had office space. If you got value from this video, or if I missed any additional areas that agents are paying for that they should not be paying for in the new year, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this particular video, oh, I got plenty of videos you're gonna love, especially this one right here. Till the next one, this is your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor.